Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Corner. Today is your episode 108. Finally, I've got a time to sit down and record a video for myself, for you guys as well. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. I started to pick it up last Friday. It didn't happen. It is very hard to accomplish something when you have a kid. You just don't have your own time to do it. Anyway, so today let's talk about habits. I very much like this topic, but also dislike the topic because I'm not the very person to probably do this topic because it's very hard for me to stick to a good habit for a very long time. The only thing so far that I've been doing pretty good is making videos, even though I'm trying, and I still, as you can see, sometimes it's one episode a week, sometimes it's every 2 weeks, and this time it's been a month. I think yes. Anyway, when I got that message about doing, how to stick to a good habit or how to find a good habit and stick to it, I would say, okay, I really need to think about it. And I happened to listen to this podcast talking about why it is very difficult to stick to a good habit and very easy to pick up a bad habit. This guest speaker said, well, good habit is something that costs now and you will see the results in the future. So there's a delay. And a bad habit is you will see the result instantly, but it costs more in the future. However, nowadays, people tend to enjoy the pleasure of immediate results. So you want to see it right away. If you don't see it, you don't want to do it. That is why it is very difficult to keep a good habit, but also it's very easy to keep a bad habit. So let's start from how to find a good habit, and then we can talk about how to stick to it. So when you talk about good habit, you have to think about why do you want to do it? Is that because this is what other people do and you want to follow them? Or that's because you see the results that other people have and you want to have a similar results. And then you think if you follow the habit, you're going to make it or you're going to achieve the same results. Or you want to do or you want to find a good habit, you want to do something that makes you happy, that genuine because you want to be happy and you think you're going to be happy by doing so. That's what you want for a good habit. So there are two different things, right? So let's say you want to pick up a good habit because you've seen a lot of things on social media. People have been posting videos about how to achieve muscles, how to lose weight, and because they do workout, they run, they skip, they do a lot of physical workout to achieve that kind of body, and you think, oh, that's a good habit to do, and you're gonna have it, you're gonna do it. Then let's say you pick up Pilates. So because I'm doing Pilates, so I like to say that. So you want to do Pilates, but you also want to do the fancy Pilates because you see other people do that, and then you look at their body shape, you look at their muscles, you admire the whole thing, and then you think if you do the same exercise, you're gonna have the same results. The thing is, when you have that kind of thought or plan, then you go and you start your Pilates. Let's say you have a very responsible instructor. This instructor will tell you, well, you know what, based on your physical structure, physical ability, you're going to start from basic. But of course, basics are very boring. And then you said, well, I want to do those arching thing. I want to do the fancy pose, and I want to do this and that. I wanted to do animal flow too. And you can't do it. And your instructor tells you that it's going to take very long time to achieve that move. And then before you get there, you give up because you can't see the result you want. That's because we tend to focus on the results instead of focusing on the steps to get there. And you want the instant, the visible thing you can show off consciously or unconsciously. And if you can't achieve that, you're going to give up. You're not going to stick to that habit. Another thing, let's say you want to read. Okay, you think reading is going to be good for you. Then you become knowledgeable. You can post pictures of how many books you're reading or you have done. And because other people do the same, they talk about books they read, they share their thoughts. And you feel like, oh my goodness, they've done a lot. They talked like very wise person. And also, if you think, well, I want to improve my English, and I start to pick up books and read English books without thinking about yourself, because this is what other people do. This is how they are going to do this and improve their own skills. The thing is, while you're not thinking about yourself, you're thinking about the goals other people have achieved. Okay, so that is part one. Part two, you think about, fine, if you say, well, now I'm not thinking about other people. I'm not comparing myself with other people. I want to do this for myself. I enjoy doing Pilates. I enjoy reading books. I want to achieve the happiness inside of myself so I can be happy forever. Okay, start with the books. So I want to read books. So I feel good if I read books. Then I feel I'm up higher here, right? And then you pick up this book without even knowing what kind of book it is or whether the level is appropriate for you, and then you start to read and you realize there are a lot of unfamiliar, strange, odd vocabulary words there, and then you have to check your dictionary, you have to check your translator, you have to do anything to help you understand the whole thing, but that interrupts your flow. And when it interrupts your flow, it's painful. When it's painful, our human nature will tell ourselves to avoid the pain and to pursue the pleasure. And the pleasure is you stop, you pick up your phone, you start to scroll down your TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anything. And then you give up the habit. So for both parts about the picking up the habit, the key is to think about yourself first. The key for that letting go of your good habits is you're not thinking about yourself. You're not evaluating yourself or analyzing yourself. So simply put, so let's say you want to read and you set a goal. You say, well, I want to read, let's say 2 chapters a night. And when you were thinking about this goal, you're at your best of the day. You're happy, you're not tired, you had enough sleep, you're just at your best condition. Of course you can read 2 chapters. You probably can even read 3 chapters. And you feel like, this is my normal speed, I'm going to do it, and that's no problem. And then the worst day hits hard. The worst day comes and you realize, I'm super tired, I didn't get enough sleep because so and so, and then you had an argument with your colleague or your classmate or your student at school, at work, and you came home, you were just exhausted mentally and physically. And then you tell yourself, oh my God, I have 2 chapters to finish today. When you are thinking about I have to, and this whole habit thing has already caused a pain for you, and you're not going to enjoy it. When you're not going to enjoy it, you're not going to like it, you're more likely to give it up. So you're not thinking about your baseline. That is very important, to pick up a good habit and stick to it. Okay, so now back to the basic of the basic. Let's say you have many options: doing Pilates, learning ballet, reading a book, and maybe drawing will be one of your habits, and all sorts of things. Any kind of good habit you can think of, make a list. If you don't know what kind of good habits that happen right now, right off the bat, I can't not think of more of good habits. But social media is a very helpful tool. You can go there and find, just simply type in good habit. I'm sure there are millions of good habits for you to find out which one you like. Then you go, you find out, you make a list of the good habits you want, and then you start to evaluate. Okay, some of the good habits, you're more likely to stick to them. Some of the good habits are too difficult for you to pick up, or some of the habits, they're good, but it takes a very long time to see the results. So you can divide it into more detailed categories to help you pick a habit. Let's say, well, you finally decide, okay, doing Pilates is one of the things you want to do because you have sort of concerns that you need Pilates to help you with. For example, myself, I have knee problems since I gave birth to my son. Constantly squatting makes my right knee very weak. And I discovered Pilates actually help with building muscles and also with recovery kind of thing. And I do see the result, and I want to stick to it. But I realized that I have time or days like today. My husband is working at night, and I have to deal with my son by myself. And by the end of the day, when he goes to sleep, this is finally my time, then I have to choose whether I'm going to film a video or I'm going to do a Pilates. If I film a video, then that will be too late to do a Pilates. Am I going to still do it or not? Then I think about this. And I realized while doing 40-minute Pilates is not going to happen for me, even though it's a regular session for a kind of workout. I can't do 40 minutes. Can I do 30 minutes? Wow, 30 minutes, sure. So I started to pick up, you try it. And I tried 30 minutes. I couldn't even last over 15 minutes. Half of the workout I gave up because it was too difficult. And I realized I picked a wrong workout to do and wrong level for myself. And then I checked, it says beginner to intermediate. I said, this is no beginner to intermediate. It is definitely very hard for me. Did I feel discouraged? Of course. There were moments that I felt like, well, especially after giving birth, and then you always feel kind of like you're questioning yourself about everything. So anyway, and then I was thinking about, okay, so if I can't do 30 minutes, I can't even do 30 minutes, but I made it to 15 minutes. Can I do 15 minutes? Then I discovered this express Pilates. So you do 15 minutes and then you have 10 minutes and then try 10 minutes. And I felt good because I was able to finish the whole workout, even though I was kind of out of breath, it was sweaty as fuck, and I made it. So I was very happy. I said, this is a workout for me. Not only that I picked the right workout, and I realized that after, well, it was definitely painful in the middle and also very challenging before you decide to start to do it. But after that, I felt very good. My lower back pain kind of was gone and my knee did not make any noises anymore. So I picked, well, I was lucky, right? So I picked the right workout. I saw the result instantly. I was able to make it through. Then that helped me stay with this workout. So I've been doing Pilates since he was 4 months old. So I've been doing that for almost a year. So by the middle of March, I might be doing that for a year. And I can tell you, my arms are stronger, my back has muscles, and I look good. I feel good. I feel confident doing that. And if you ask me, am I going to stick to it? Yes, of course, because I see the result. Physically, I like it, so I stick to it. But then I have to tell myself, this is not everyday thing. I can't do every day. I used to be able to when I was on mat leave. So it will be in the morning after he went to sleep. And then between 10 and 11, it was my time to do, gradually moved from 15 to 30, 30 to 40. I was able to do it. Then I went back to work. That means I lost whole weekdays. My two options are doing workout after he goes to sleep at night or doing workout on weekends. I would like to stick to everyday workout kind of thing, but it wasn't impossible. Again, like I mentioned before, it was just so tiring, exhausting after whole day work. I have to put him back to sleep. I just can't. And there one point I just gave up. I feel like, oh, there's no way I'm going to continue with this. And I realized that I don't have to find a perfect time for myself. I don't have to do how many minutes a day. I don't have to do it today if I don't want to. But I know if I want to pick it up, I can pick it up. I guess that's the key to continue with something you want to do. Well, that is my experience. If you want to read, luckily, I've been picking up my reading habit. I'm very happy about it. Again, you have to find the right book. You might have to go through 10 books and only have the luck to get a one that you're really interested in. And you start to read like, oh, holy cow, reading is that easy. Reading is that enjoyable. It takes a lot of chance, right, to figure out what really suits you. It takes a lot of tries to see whether this schedule works for you. But most people gave up when they tried like a couple times, 3 times. They say, oh, I can never find a good habit to stick to. So when I read a chapter, I check in, I say, this is the pages I read, this is what I thought. So I kept writing things to remind myself. It's like a annotation, but not writing on the book, more on the social media. So I shared that. When I first started, I had a bunch of people who followed and also did that. But so far, I'm the only ones to continue. But other people gave up and then they only checked in once. That tells me something that it is very hard to, like, you had the ego, you had the desire to do something, you picked it up and then right away you gave up because that's not right thing for you, because that's what I want to do doesn't mean that's what you want to do. This is what I do that make me happy. That might not apply to you. You just have to figure out your own rhythm and find out your own favorite things to do to make you relax. It can be very small thing, like today I want to try to drink 8 glasses of water. Or you want to say, wow, today I want to quit caffeine. But don't go cold turkey, right? You don't want to just quit all of a sudden and then you're going to die. I'm going to die. I can't do that. But I tell myself, okay, I'm allowed to drink caffeine during weekdays, but I want to try to quit it on the weekends because I don't have to work, right? So I don't feel that tired and sleepy. And try that. How does that feel? And then figure out I can survive without caffeine and no problem. Pretty much I enjoy it, but I want to try something different. Start with the baby step. Reading, I've done first book, lessons in chemistry, finally. It took me a month or so to finish that. In the past, I would be very disappointed myself because, I couldn't finish a book faster. Now I understand myself is I just can't, with all the circumstances, with all the situation I have here, I just can't finish that. I can't read every night. I need some of moments for myself to indulge, to do nonsense and stupid things, right? So that's why I'm learning to take it easy. And that actually helped me maintain a very sustainable habit that I can't really keep. I can't really stick to. I'm on second book and not too bad. Probably like a third of it, a fourth of it I'm going through. And I like it. I enjoyed it. I read paperback. I read on my Kindle. I read on iBook, that's called, on computer. Anywhere I can find the time, I'll just start to pick it up. Even if my kid gives me like 5 minutes, I can pick up and read. That's because I have gained that momentum to keep going. That doesn't matter when I pick up, I can put it down, but when I put it down, I can pick it up. So that's very important. A lot of things, if you don't have the stickiness, you can't get yourself to stick to that thing. Then when you put down, you're going to put it aside. When you put aside, it's going to be somewhere else that you can't find, right? So that's why it is very important for us, for you, to find a sustainable habit, not thinking about the goals. Goals are something you can set and you can ask yourself this, eventually I'll get there, but you also have to realize there's some limitations, something you can do, something you cannot. And then explain this to yourself that you need to find a baseline, bottom line, and set it as your standard, what you can do at your lowest, and then pick that as your standard. Anything you can do more will make you a lot happy, and anything you can do less than what you can do at your best, it's not going to hurt you because you do have your baseline for what you can do to maintain the habit. That's what I learned. Back to the beginning, what I said, well, good habits cost now, right? For example, you read, then you have to sit here without your phone. You have to kind of really dive into that academic world to do it. But then you will know after 3 or 4 books, which might take half a year to finish, then you realize your reading is really good, your writing is really good, and you can write beautiful sentences, things like that. But you don't see that until you see that. Bad habits, of course, right away show you what you can get, but cost even more when it comes to you. And for example, you're on TikTok, you're on all kinds of social media. You enjoy the pleasure of watching the short videos and laughing out loud, but you're also wasting your precious time on such brainless things, and you're not really learning deep knowledge there. And that's the cost you pay in the future. Means, well, it will be very difficult for you to focus on things. Yeah, so that's basically what I want to say. And when I started to plan this video, I actually did a screenshot of what I've been doing. However, it was 2 weeks ago. So I have to do a new one. So I've been on Duolingo to learn French for, I can't believe it, how long I've been doing this. It's over 138 days, 139 days maybe. By the time I posted, I don't know, it could be over 140 days. I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I've been on and learning for that long. And also, probably a couple weeks ago, I picked up an app called Elevate, and I've been posting somewhere else. I mean, you might see, oh, what is this app? What is this app? It's an app to help you with your English, math, memory, those kind of things, but at a higher level. So if your English is already very good, you want to take your English to another level, this is a great, I love it. You do have to pay for some of the versions, but you can't play with the limitation if you don't want to pay. Anyway, so I've been enjoying it. I've been looking forward to doing it because I do see the improvement I have by doing so, that my writing has become super smooth than ever. And when I asked ChatGPT to fix my grammar and wording, and ChatGPT just said, yeah, grammar perfect, wording perfect, well done. I said, no, I don't think so. I always have problems. I always had this and that. So I double checked, closed the tab, reopened the tab, put everything in, and then ask ChatGPT to check again. But I all got well done, perfect, amazing. How can I not be happy? Tell me, how can I not be happy? And this is a motivation for myself to continue to do so. And that's it. That's how you pick up a good habit that you wanted to give a try and allow yourself for a few failures there, and find a sustainable way to keep it, and don't be harsh on yourself. It's just a habit. If it makes you happy, eventually should give a try. If not, give up and pick another one, right? So yeah, that's the episode about good habits and bad habits. Hope you like it. I will soon kind of share my thoughts about the 2 books I'm currently reading, or the one I've already finished, and I haven't done that for a long time, but I am trying to hammer down the list you give to me about topics. So wish me good luck. Take care. See you.